Hello and welcome back to the Obsidian Order. How you been keeping? Well, you've been keeping well. So it's been a couple of days since we last spoke. Yes, we're back over on the Obsidian Order, which is great. I've got a project in mind, but I need a new area. This one's pretty much rammed. If you're brand new to my channel and stuff and you're unsure what this is my Industrial Revolution area. So all the builds are dated between 1750 and 1890. But yeah, it's got London Bridge, the House of Parliament, you got King's Cross and the Manchester Corn Exchange, and yeah, lots of interesting builds. The hospitals back there as well. But we need a new area to do some new builds in, but I think I may have found it. So what do you think? Do you think this is big enough and flat enough to start doing some new builds? And my general idea, it's like a kind of evolving idea. I want to do builds which either have been forgotten to time, that's timing with a rain, either forgotten to time or been, just literally ruined and just a crumpled mess. And I want to basically show, how the build is and that type of thing. Really, really poignant buildings which are beautiful and old, and and maybe do a little bit of history on each one as well. This is something I like to do. I like to do the research. I like to find out the history of a place. And if you wondered where exactly are we on the server, well, we are actually we're here. So yeah, our Industrial Revolution, and hopefully we can actually just do a tunnel to this side of the actual map. Obviously this is nowhere near enough room for me, but to start off with, it should do to start off with. Let's sleep and get rid of this darn rainer. So, the first building that I decided to build makes a lot of sense. Well, it makes a lot of sense to me anyway. So, I have decided to build the New Orleans Terminal, which is a 1910 building, and it was demolished in 1956. Now, normally what goes on now is basically I rack out the replay mod, and basically I'll do a little bit of history on it whilst you can watch the construction of it. Currently, I don't have the replay mod working. I'm going to have a chat with Bobbert to see if I can get it working. So to start off with, I'm just going to put down a little bit of a template of how it kind of looks, or how it kind of looked. And the block palette I've chosen is smooth stone. Now, from the pictures, all the pictures I've seen are all black and white, so I don't have a great deal to go on. I want it inside here, by the way. But from what I can see, oh, the skeleton around, is there? I can hear it. Oh, it's underneath me. Yeah, so from what I can see, basically it's a very, very light colour stone. Now, I'm pretty sure it's not marble, and it's not granite, but it is very light in colour. So, I'll talk a tiny bit about the New Orleans Terminal Station, circa 1910, and as I'm placing this down, that way basically you'll have a little bit of an overview to start off with about this actual build. But I thought a train station, because eventually we can link up this side to the other side. Okay, right, I'm going to place some blocks down, and you can listen to me tell you a bit of history about the New Orleans Terminal Station. Okay, catch you all in a minute. The Southern Railway Terminal, originally officially known as New Orleans Terminal in New Orleans, was constructed by the Southern Railway in 1908 on the neutral ground of Basin Street at the intersection of Canal Street. The building was designed by Daniel Burnham, who was also the architect for the Union Station in Washington, D.C. The station also served the New Orleans and Northeastern Railroads and the New Orleans Terminal Company. It was the terminus for many of the Southern's premier trains, most notably the Crescent, As such, it was the front door to New Orleans for many passengers from the Northeast for most of the first half of the 20th century. The Canal Street area of New Orleans, particularly the terminal station, was a bustling hub during the early 20th century. The terminal, located on Canal Street, was a significant transportation point for the city, serving as a central location for various modes of transport, including rail lines. The area was also known for its vibrant nightlife and cultural scene, making it a popular destination for visitors and locals alike. Installation of fresh water pipes. The view of fresh lines or water pipes certainly coincided quite nicely with the time frame. The construction of the new system was commenced in 1905 and the completed system went into operation in February 1909. Only 3.5 years were consumed in the construction of the plant, covering over 500 miles of streets with water. By 1917, it is expected that all of the premises of the city of New Orleans will have been connected both with the waterworks and with the new sewer system, and vaults and cesspools will have been eliminated from the entire well-built-up area of the city. Until the 1950s, most of the major rail lines had their own individual terminals. That was when Union Passenger Terminal was built, and they all collected there. The old terminals were torn down after that. The terminal station in New Orleans, located on Canal Street, was a significant landmark in the city's history. It served as a major transportation hub, connecting the city to various destinations. The station was unfortunately demolished in 1956, marking the end of an era for New Orleans transportation infrastructure. The original terminal station was a massive solid structure that stood until 1954. When most major rail lines had their own individual terminals, and the demolition of the terminal station was part of the broader transformation of New Orleans' transportation system, which included the completion of the city's water and sewer systems. The station's location on Canal Street, adjacent to Storyville District, made it a convenient stop for travellers, but it also highlighted the city's vibrant nightlife and cultural attractions. With the demolition of the station, the area has since undergone significant changes, with the original terminal being replaced by modern structures and a garden. The terminal was a notable landmark in the city, but its demolition marked the end of an era in New Orleans transportation history. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of history, and I also hope you enjoyed the type of time lapse I'm only able to do at this moment in time. I'll make sure to try to get the replay mod, and I'll get all that situated and sorted out and stuff. But what do we think? So this is the New Orleans terminal station. I like it. It is very, very simple, but I think it's very, very close to what it was back in 1910. What a shame these buildings get pulled down and demolished. Such a beautiful building. Now, obviously, if we had chisels on this server, maybe I could do some chiseling, but I don't. I could probably do a little bit more work, especially with the new shelves. Just basically add a little bit more detail down the bottom here, and probably around the top as well, but I can do that on a later date and stuff. I don't have the wood at the moment that would marry up to that, so yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I mean, brown's not going to work and stuff, maybe a white would, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the actual little bit of history as well about New Orleans and the train station, and I hope that you will join me in the next episode, because guys, that's gonna do it for me for today. It's nice. It's actually nice being back playing Minecraft. Vintage Story is just a little break. I'm a bit burnt out of Vintage Story currently. It's just on a break. No need to panic, you know. I'm just having a little bit of a break from it. Anyway, I'm just having a little break. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the New Orleans terminal station. And yeah, I hope to see you in the very, very next video. Okie dokie. Alrighty, yo. Bye bye for now. Bye.